What up, y'all? Forward Fabian, man, back with a video. We're doing a reaction to when Americans realize the entire world does not revolve around them. Well, dang, they be saying Americans be cocky as heck. You know what I'm saying? Like, like the whole gravitational pull they think is surfaced or, you know, centralized around them, so to speak. Man, let's get right into the video. I've been doing a few of these, like, you know, cultural differences between or amongst countries and other countries' perception of Americans. This actual original video was pulled offline, so I'm actually looking at another channel's observation to it. So it's going to kind of be multiple perspectives. What I thought would be kind of interesting. So let's just go ahead and hop right into the video.
I've been living in Spain for the past 4 years. I recently went home for the first time in 2 years to Nebraska. And I was kind of like letting my family know how my job is going and whatever. They were like, is there a bunch of other English teachers in your city? I was like, yeah, there's quite a few. And my uncle actually said, that many people want to move to America in your city? And I was like, what do you mean?
That boy's slow.
Like, that's why people study English, no? They want to move to the United States. I was too stunned to speak.
Wow. So many problems with that statement.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Nebraska, that's actually pretty close to us.
That's like our neighboring state.
Yeah, neighbors over there. But yeah, like learn English to come to America? No.
I could recognize that with other countries, like Chinese or sometimes German. Well, sometimes you learn German because you usually want to be involved with the culture. But English is so broad
English
all over the world
is
now.
the universal language still.
It's kind of.
No, it is. You learn English so you can practically go anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, screw it. Here's my embarrassing moment, my true facepalm. I know you're gonna judge me, but whatever. When I first...
I don't know if I completely agree with that. English is the worldly language. It's kind of tough to say because obviously other countries, I think other countries learn English to come here to an extent, but if you go to you know, Britain, stuff like that, they're not speaking English to come to the States. You know what I'm saying? So there's other countries that speak English as well, even like Nigeria, you know, country in Africa, their native tongue is English. Correct me if I'm wrong. Of course, they have their own tribal languages, I believe, but to say that it's the world, it's kind of like a global, I don't know. He may be right, but for some reason, that's like a tough pill to swallow. Like, I don't know, because a lot of folks around the world don't speak a lick of English, and they don't care to. You know what I'm saying? Of course, they'll probably get, what's it called? Google Translate or whatever those courses are that teach you English. I was finna say, damn, I forgot what that whole thing, that whole thing that taught you how to read was when you were a kid. It's probably way past a lot of you folks' generation.
Moved here, I was looking at a website in French, obviously, and I was looking for how to convert it into English. So I went to where the little flags are, you know, in the corner of the screen, and I could not find an American flag anywhere. So I was like, what the heck, this doesn't make sense. There has to be a way to translate it into English. And then I found the British flag because Americans did not invent English. And I always judge myself for that one. That one was pretty bad.
It takes 5
Yeah,
seconds.
She's slow. I'm wondering where these guys are at that are actually watching this video. They said they're neighboring Nebraska, so they gotta be Iowa, Wyoming. I don't even know. I don't know where these folks is from.
I was gonna say, yeah, you learn English to go to England as well.
Well, no, I was gonna say
Exactly.
that one's actually not that bad because I don't know if people know this, but like when we upload a YouTube video, it gives us the option for like language preference, but what language the video is done in. It gives you the option between United States English and
British
UK English. Yeah, there is that difference there.
Well, yeah.
So that's really not that bad of one. I don't really know why Americans would think that we invented English. It's like in the name.
No, this is a real thing. Like, I'm educated now, but I remember being a kid about like 10, 11-ish, and it was actually surprising to me that European history continued. Okay, well, Europeans came to America, and then European history stopped, right? Because nothing else mattered after that, because there was America. What do you mean that they continued living lives and having history over there between the time when America was started and when we rescued them in World War II.
I ain't gonna lie, a lot of folks is dumb. You know what I mean? And I think that's kind of like the prideful patriotism, for one to say, because a lot of folks be like, America, yeah. And they be like, they think everything revolves around America. You know, funny enough, that's the title, in the sense that they don't have any lineage elsewhere. Nobody cares to understand their family tree because America wasn't substantiated on its own. It's from, settlers come in and people from different places come in to form it and make it what it is. But, I mean, the Europeans came. You know what I'm saying? So, American history, the thing about America, it's kind of obvious to say that in your country that the history you study is your own history, right? But Americans don't have any kind of grasp or understanding in realizing that other places have history. Believe it or not, bro.
I'd like to say that was just American education when I was a kid, but I think it's American education in a lot of places now.
I don't know. I feel
The
like
boy's
I
dumb.
don't know what American education is like. Honestly, I was homeschooled, and the friends I had growing up that went to school, like, we didn't talk about what their school.
They gotta be from Iowa.
Person when it comes to that.
They gotta be from Iowa.
As an American society, we kind of focus on our own history.
That is,
after European history, it becomes American history. That's
well, no, I would say though, with like the homeschool curriculum I had, it was like the history books were like American history, and it just got more advanced. And then it wasn't until I think like 9th or 10th grade that they started going into world history.
Right.
So I could definitely see it being 10 or 11. Like, you're just like,
Bruh.
that's all you've been taught. That's
The world history they teach in America is garbage. Like, it doesn't have any depth to it. It's very broad, speculation. Origins have been adjusted and changed and altered. Everything in terms of the textbooks you study at school have been altered for essentially America's advancement, for us to look like the pro, for us to look like top dog. Like, the curriculum that touches base on world history isn't no world history like that, bro. If you want to get deep on world history, you can really do it. So I would say, honestly, pull world history from school curriculum, because the little lollygagging and the tiptoeing that these schools do around it, it's not even worth any type of education. And I've always said, man, school don't really teach you much, bro. Like, what does school teach you that you learn that you use in the real world? Nothing. All the things that you really focus on, or you should be focusing on, credit, building wealth and building and maintaining wealth, budgeting. You don't learn these things in regular school. You maybe go to a university and probably can fine tune and, find a lane or a niche that's more specific too. Like, you can learn budgeting in business, right? But things that matter, acquiring loans, building up your credit, like I said, maintaining and building wealth, social aspects, communication, relationships, relationship developing, knowing how to network. They don't teach you none of that. They say 1 + 1 is 2. E = MC squared. George Washington, bruh. Like,
all you know, and it's like, oh, there's other people outside of the U.S. Which
yes, there's a whole world.
Billions and billions of people outside. Like, the U.S. is a tiny little, almost nothing. I mean, well, land-wise it's not. But anyway, I'm just saying, it's like, yeah, I can kind of get that, and it is really sad. I'd be interested to know, comment down below, guys, like, what age in your guys' school would you guys be taught about other countries? I feel like it's probably pretty intertwined.
When I first moved to Spain and I started dating my partner, I was chatting with an acquaintance from back home, and I said, yeah, I'm dating for somebody from where I'm living. Their response was, I love you so much, I'm really excited for you, but please be careful because you never know if somebody might be using you for a green card. I was shocked. And the irony of the situation is that we ended up getting a civil partnership so that I would be able to stay here.
This happens. This is a very factual occurrence. The fact that she was blindsided about it is the fact that goes to show that people have no clue. You know what I'm saying? The average American. If you've been out the country or you come from maybe an immigrant household, you understand the green card, the realms of the green card. You know what I mean? And how people finesse. Like, oh, I'll marry you. I'm an American now. You know what I'm saying? Bro, a lot of these foreign women do it too. They'll finesse you into a relationship, divorce you, and get on the feminist high horse. So the fact that she was oblivious to that speaks volumes, man. And I think a lot of folks had no clue. You can go out the country, marry a foreigner. Foreigner! Woo! Woo! Foreigner! And then, we divorced.
So she used it for the green card?
Yeah, I was gonna say, if I was single, I would definitely probably be looking, because this, I don't know.
What are you going on here?
I would probably try to date or marry someone who's a foreigner to benefit. Well, it's just a benefit. It's the easiest way to get like a dual citizenship is through marriage. So it's like, why not? Now,
marriage is more than that, though.
I'm just saying,
do that.
It's like a great.
It's funny. It's like the polar opposites, right? The logistical side, a man thinking with logic, and then like the female side thinking with pure emotion. You know, it's more than just that. And he's just like, well, we can live in two places. It's like, bro, it's a win-win. It don't matter. But this is my thing. It's got to be a place that you care to live. If I'm marrying somebody from, I don't know, just throw a country out there that's probably third world, or you wouldn't enjoy living there. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I want dual citizenship in a place that's not relevant or poverty-stricken? It's got to be a place that's enticing, or else you and your wife are just going to live in America.
I think it used to be a stereotype. I don't even know if it was true back like maybe in the 90s or something. But nowadays, I feel
she said,
it's not that hard to come here.
No.
Work visas, whatever.
Obviously.
I wouldn't worry at all someone like coming here just for a green card. It's like,
nah, you got to be asylum seeker.
A U.S. immigrant living in Costa Rica, I hear stories all the time from Costa Ricans who like work for call centers, and they tell me the most horrendous stories. Which it doesn't surprise me that we people from the U.S. have the audacity. But I am now starting to collect my own stories because I am now on the phone with people from the U.S. all day as a travel consultant for a Costa Rican-based
Them
travel
boys
agency.
real stupid, huh?
And one of my very first clients that I ever got on the phone said to me, who happened to be from the great state of Texas. Now listen, darling.
Hey, shout out Texas.
I don't like foreigners much. So when I get there, I want to make sure that I'm not around foreigners.
Why?
What? I said, sir, I think you might be confusing Costa Rica with Florida. Florida is lovely this time of year.
No, he's just an idiot.
That's a good comeback.
yeah, I know it is.
Although I feel like you'd still see a lot of foreigners in Florida.
Foreigner!
That's such a naive, arrogant thing to say. Like, I'm going to this foreign country, this other country, and I want all the people from that country not to be around while I'm there just because I don't want to be around foreigners. That's such a stupid...
Hey, we don't claim him. I'm from Texas. We don't claim that guy. That guy dumb. You know, excuse the language, but we don't claim that folk. We don't claim Buddy. He's not one of us.
My whole thing is I want to go to the countries
to see
other people, to like experience try to experience their culture, like just ask them questions.
Yeah.
It's like I would love to do that, and then like I don't know.
It seems like I'm wondering if he meant something else. Because that seems way too.
That's such a closed-minded thing.
Yeah.
To be like, I don't even want to talk. I don't want to interact. I don't want to see him. Nothing.
I've lived in Europe since 2018. I say Europe because I lived in France, Spain, and Belgium.
There you go.
Last year, I went home for the holidays to the US, and I kid you not, I was asked, do they celebrate Thanksgiving in Europe?
That's a naive thing, but I don't feel like that's the worst thing to ask. Like, it's an American holiday, but it's...
A lot of Americans forget what it actually stands for.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you could ask that in the literal sense, or like the sense of, is that a place that people they incorporate it? Obviously not. Thanksgiving's American holiday, but if you have Americans living in Europe, you don't think that they have a Thanksgiving dinner? Like, the practices from America, people that go abroad still bring those practices over, is my point. So that's kind of like a double entendre. That's kind of like a trick question. Do people still celebrate Thanksgiving in Europe? Well, I think I've heard of Americans that have moved to Europe and they still have a Thanksgiving meal. Now, does the country or any specific places that you live, any countries that you live in Europe, have a Thanksgiving rhetoric or some type of tradition or rendition? No, obviously, bro. It's an Americanized holiday. The hell?
Most holidays, you forget what they actually started out as.
For us, it's more of just like a day to hang out with family, pretty much. Like that's what it is. So.
When I was a kid, I remember watching the Olympics and thinking it must be so hard for them to not cheat for the Americans and like the judges and not give the athletes that are on the American team more points because we're so awesome and everybody loves us and we're like the best country. And so like, how are you not going to give more points to us?
I don't think I ever had that problem.
This girl an idiot.
Yeah, I never.
I mean,
that's what it comes out to. Like, everyone's just.
Bruh, did y'all get that, or is that just me? Apologies. No, she's not an idiot, but it's just like, what was the point in saying that?
Points because we're so awesome and everybody loves us and we're like the best country. And so like, we're not for them to not. I remember watching the Olympics and thinking it must be so hard for them to not cheat for the Americans and like the judges.
Yeah, these are her own thoughts. You know what I'm saying? I thought somebody else. It's just the self-centeredness we know as Americans, right?
Yeah, we're people. Like that's what it comes out to. Like everyone's just.
And I think when I first started watching the Olympics, I was a little bit older, you know, maybe young teens or something. And I kind of knew it was like everyone's from different countries. They have judges from different countries. They're not all American judges.
It's
or
not an
anything
American
like
thing at all.
I know it's not. We're just one of the contestants because that's who I ended up watching mostly.
I think we, if I remember, because I don't really pay that much attention to it, I think we do relatively well, but I don't think we're like in the top on every single thing.
I don't know. I normally only ever watch the gymnastics, so and I feel like we do pretty well in gymnastics. We always bring home a gold or two.
Literally, when I arrived here in Colombia, I met some American people, and when I asked them, so where are you from? They were like, Indiana. And I was like, I don't care what country. I was like, I know. Where is Indiana? Just tell me America or United States. What would you want to precise your
what?
State?
She said, I don't care what country, bruh. America, U.S. is the country. Talking about the state.
Like, so selfish.
Are you kidding me, bro? She got mad that somebody specified their state. Am I tripping or was that a joke? She said, you're so selfish because you told me where you're from exactly.
Okay, well, I feel like we kind of stand out as Americans. If you hear us talk, you know we're American.
I know, but she was irritated because they said the state, not the country.
Yeah, it's like that's America, but obviously.
I would say United States, and then if someone asked me more, then I would say, like, I wouldn't lead off by, like, oh, I live in Kansas.
Or say both, because we did get asked that once when we were in Scotland. They asked where we were from. We said America, obviously, but we're actually from Kansas.
Yeah. Well, because I'm not expecting a lot of other people to, like, know where our states are in all our states. Like, that's whatever.
Yeah.
But for her to get irritated, it's just like, she knew.
You have to say what state we're
she
from.
knew it was in the United States. So, like, why get irritated just because they said Indiana as opposed to
facts?
Yeah.
You know,
facts.
Because the states do differ quite a bit.
It's no surprise that we feel this way. We call our baseball championships the World Series. There's like one Canadian team. Win the Super Bowl or the NBA championships, world champions. We pretend we're the only ones playing these sports.
That's true.
Oh yeah, if y'all remember, who was it? Kyle, the track star, the young track runner. I was gonna say Kyle Little, but he had stated that we're really going against the world. I forgot his name, man. Anyways, dude had said something to the NBA. He had referenced that, and this is when he was running, I think, in the Olympics not too long ago. Dude fast. I forgot his name. Kyle something or something Kyle. I forgot. I may be completely off, but he had mentioned world champions of what? You know what I mean? When I think, I don't know what year it was, the NBA Finals, somebody had won. He said world champions. We're the real world champions in terms of the Olympics because they're actually going against the world. And then the NBA players got offended by it when he didn't really say nothing wrong. Like, y'all aren't playing. When the USA basketball team beats all these other countries and they get gold, yes, you're a world champion at that point. You're not a world champion when you win the NBA Finals amongst other American teams, bro.
There's other countries. I thought you guys were just our states.
Huh?
There's other. Wait, you mean to tell me that it doesn't?
What this fool say?
That's true.
Wait, you mean to tell me that it doesn't? There's other countries. I thought you guys were just our states.
Oh, that was funny.
That was a good add-in.
I'm lost.
Newsflash, Americans. The world does not revolve around you. Sorry, from Canada.
Sorry.
Well, also Canada. Would be
Edit.
considered Americans too. I mean, America,
North America.
The term America is so vast because you have North and South, and they're all Americans.
That's why I noticed in a lot of countries they refer to us more as the states, like United States of America. They say the states.
Well, it seems like a lot more people are starting to transition to
Are you
saying
American?
Like, United States.
Yeah.
As opposed to like.
Bro, every time I was overseas, are you American? You're from America. I'm like, yeah, bro.
Because I used to think when they said America, it meant the 50 states.
I
forgot. There's America and there's Canada, but like no,
and there's
technically
Mexico and South America.
Yeah, but technically America can count all of North America.
I do think for the longest time, especially if you look at us and hear how we speak, it's pretty obvious if we say American, most people are going to assume
the states.
United States, maybe Canada if we had an accent.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know really what to say. I just some Americans are really dumb, but
honestly, I kind of like watching these because then it makes me feel smarter. Even though I know, I was not naive once. I know I was. I just don't remember always.
I wonder if see people in the comments. So, this one. I was once asked in the U.S., where do you come from because your English is very good. I replied, England. I'm English. They replied, so what language do they speak there? I could not.
We gonna end it there, bro. Some folks they'll never get it. You know what I'm saying? Just let them be. Cook them when you can, roast them when you can, but let them be, ladies and gentlemen. That's when Americans realize the entire world doesn't revolve around them. It sounds like some of these other countries think the world revolves around them. Like the girl who got offended that somebody said they was from Indianapolis, Indiana. I said Indianapolis, Indiana. And she got offended talking about, don't tell me your state. Just tell me that you're American. Come on, bruh. Come on. Anyways, man, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know y'all's thoughts on this, man. Peace, love, prosperity. We'll see you on the next video. We out. God bless.